and provide advice on protecting our personal information. We aim to raise awareness and empower viewers to avoid falling victim to scams. We cover various topics such as phishing, identity theft, fraudulent investment schemes, and many more. You want to catch up on how these scammers invade our lives? Join us every Tuesday by 12:30 p.m. for Scam Alert on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is absolutely free. And in case you're not following us across all our social media platforms, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. Don't say I didn't do anything for you this 2025. Bye.
Welcome to In the Marketplace. We are taking you on a journey behind the scene of Nigeria's most vibrant market. From the sight and sound of the market to the stories of the people who makes it thrive. We will be sharing the untold stories that brings this market to life. Join us as we explore the history, challenges, and triumphs of the market vendors. We will dive into the daily lives of the people who call markets home and uncover the secret that makes this market special. You will get to see the passion, energy, and dedication that goes into making this market success. Tune in to the In the Marketplace on ConsumerHallaTV on Thursday by 11 a.m. to experience the sight and sound. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handle on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
Hello fellow consumers, are you looking for a program where we give analysis about brand and a program where we project the voice of the consumer? Join my team and I on Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box by calling on the program to get your issues resolved.
And in case you are wondering where Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be showing, please join us on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is free by 2 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. every Mondays and Wednesdays. Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be airing and will be here to provide you any information on brands and also issues that you have pending for us to resolve. Also follow us across all our other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. And that is why at ConsumerHallaTV,
you deserve to be heard. Hi everyone, I am Iri Ayomikunle Eke. Join me live on Perspective every Mondays to Friday from the hour of 9 to 10, where we have meaningful and engaging conversations about all the burning and pressing issues making the round. Issues related to our economy and consumers. It's conversing, it's relatable, it's beyond interview. We have expert analysts who gives updated analysis about all aspects of a conversation. Join the moving train by subscribing to our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Stay informed. Thank you.
I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Market Today is the show where we visit different markets across Nigeria, Lagos, to check out the prices of different things, ranging from household items to foodstuffs to cosmetics, electronics, every other thing.
In a world of hustle and bustle, entertainment keeps us alive, and that is why at ConsumerHallaTV we ensure you enjoy all around 360-degree entertainment program. Screen Time is the show for you, where you enjoy top 5 countdown, celebrity of the week, exclusive interview, and other segments.
Don't mind him, he's just a jealous person.
Oh,
His new movie release, update, and Screen Time. I'm going to enjoy myself because this is my favorite time on the program. I get to recommend good movie for you, and I'm also waiting for you to recommend movies to me also in the comment section. Screen Time is not just all about entertainment, it is relaxing and also educational. So that is why we are bringing to you Screen Time on ConsumerHallaTV. And in case you're wondering where to join us every Mondays by 5 o'clock p.m. at ConsumerHallaTV on our YouTube channel. Subscription is very, very free. And in case you have not followed us across all our social media platforms, please do so. We are begging you, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. What are you waiting for? Click on that follow and subscribe right now.
And from the I to the R to the E to the M to the F to the E, my name is Iremofe Koforola, the man always clothed in wealth and strength.
And I am Kikelomo Ajibola. Toodles! Alright guys, good afternoon and welcome to LD Living on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Kike Lomo Ajibola, and today I have a special guest with me in the studio, Irimufe. Irimufe has been here before, so it's not the special guest. But I have a special guest with me in the studio this afternoon, Mr. Odezi. Thank God, I've been practicing that name.
You can't give yourself a pass mark until it certifies that
you
actually got that right.
Well, I'll give you like 65.
Oh my God! Oh no, that hard.
You say Iyede Odezi Jones, and I'll say
okay, Mr. Iyede Odezi Jones. Oh wow! So we are here this afternoon to talk about something very beautiful, something it's more of like an educational one this morning. I'm very excited to be on the program this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you all for having me.
I don't know if you've seen this man before or you know him, but to me, I am so excited to actually meet him.
He has become a celebrity.
Oh, celebrity, yeah.
People have fame through different forms, but I think your kind of fame that has come through activism is something that is not so common, and activism in this sense, because people are not so bold. I was telling him before the program, I was saying, you are so bold. Boldness, being audacious to come out and say, one thing, I am this person, and I want people to learn from me. I mean, not all heroes wear cape. But I mean, you deserve the guardian. Anyway.
He is our Black Panther. I'm going to give him Superman.
I beg you, I don't.
Alright guys, today we're going to talk about HIV, misconceptions and truth. Trust me, HIV is a very broad conversation. I know a lot of us are not ready to have that conversation.
Yeah, and I think it's 2 weeks now. What is the December 4th?
What
globally?
Globally.
December is like a whole month for other than Christmas and
that's sweet.
The first 2 weeks of thereabouts in December is just for various organizations, they just pick a date and do World AIDS Day and just celebrate it. So we're still in the World AIDS Day.
So we are still there. So we have
you guys are like on schedule.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, and I think it's what most people don't even know.
Yes, we actually need to know that, because it's not just about Mother's Day, Father's Day.
This is a very sensitive one.
It's a very sensitive conversation because, like I said earlier on, the conversation today is about the misconceptions and also about the truth that actually is embedded in HIV. Mr. Jones, I don't want to say Odezi. Yeah.
I get my PhD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Trust you have your PhD already.
No,
he wants to get it.
That is.
Hey God, though. we have an educationalist in the studio.
Seriously, because coupled with the fact that with the circumstances around, one thing I think that can make you so bold is your personal achievements. Because sometimes people think because of this kind of life, then you are never where to do. You understand? So it's not over. In fact, let me just say, in all honesty, it's a beautiful life, because in as much as people might talk about the stigma, might talk about so many things, it takes someone who is like, let me use the word, I don't want to use that word, but it takes someone who is very crazy, let me put it that way.
I agree with you.
Seriously, to say that, this is my truth and I'm going to live it.
Alright, before we go into the program, please, can I know who Mr. Odezi Jones Iyede is?
Iyede Odezi Jones is first an activist. He is a person living with HIV. He is also a data analyst. He's a research monitoring and evaluation associate. He's a fitness model.
I love that part.
And he is a human.
That's so sweet.
Interesting.
He's a human because it takes a human to do what you're doing, with the stigma, like you said, surrounding HIV positive and every other thing. It takes a lot, especially you being on Twitter. I can't imagine that. Why did you choose Twitter of all places?
No, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter was. Well, I'm more active on Instagram, but
Okay.
Twitter is just a space. In fact, my Twitter, I mentally avoid it. I
Yeah,
mentally avoid.
it's
I only go
true.
there to just drop my message and
Run
because.
away.
But although now I'm starting to learn to just just see people like just do you. You have data now on your phone now. Do you know?
Just do
Have a
you.
go. Because as far as you are not coming to physically, if you want to come and meet me physically, yeah, come and meet me physically. But all like the stigma and everything that comes with being out with my status is only what people would say.
Yes.
So because you can't come and say because I'm HIV, living with HIV, you want to come and harm me. You can't even come and harm me, sir, because I mean, come on, you can try, but you can't. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's just the stigma is just what people will say generally, or how they will perceive you and all of that. So, and if you are somebody that's like me, I've grown beyond caring too much about what people, because what people will say is the only place that affects is your ears,
Yeah.
not your body. So if you are a
Yes.
person, if you can understand that fact, nothing can actually really get to you.
Can I ask a quick question? Do you
Yeah.
think culture also what will I say?
Plays a role.
Yeah, plays it or promote this stigma a lot in Nigeria?
Yes, now everybody feels like when you are living with HIV, the major mode of transmission for HIV is sex. So everybody feels like, oh, you had sex, but everybody has sex.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not everybody basically, but when you are like of the
age, it's likely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So but then there are people who are born with the
it,
virus,
yes.
who did not even have to go and have sex to get it. There are people who just get it from blood transfusion. So
yeah.
there are so many other but people just generally just see it like, so we should go and tell a 1-year-old child that living with HIV that, oh, you got HIV through this. But people will just, because of culture, because of the word HIV, they just shall attach everything to it. And it's just how it is. And there's just really nothing that can. There are so many things that these organizations have been doing to reduce stigma, to educate people, create awareness. But that cultural norm is something that people will have to unlearn and then relearn before we can now start saying, okay, there's type of reform and all of that. But until that happens, well, we are still here.
Seriously, it's. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say that with the kind of information, the kind of education, awareness that we have created, I feel like people at this point, people are just being stubborn and don't want to accept the truth.
Ever since I came out with my status, I've been able to see people in a very, very clear, like I see people clearly now, right? You can now tell that even with all the education,
Yes.
even those who are educated, right? So there's this thing I saw, my best friend posted that people tend to confuse being educated for being stupid.
Yes.
Because you can have all the degree in this
Yes,
world and
exactly.
you still be a stupid person. Sorry to use that word, but then it's true.
That's the
because why would you be educated and after the whole education you have degree and you now still see somebody that is living with HIV and you stigmatize and then the person that is not educated, but the person just understands, knows just one or two things.
Even the empathy it matters too.
That was what I was saying, that I think the awareness has been enough. Like, people are just being, they just want to believe whatever they want to believe. I was having a conversation with somebody, I think 4 days ago. It was particularly about the cruise, whatever. We just sit in my street and everything. And I was talking to them about U equals U, undetected and everything. And they're like, no, it can never happen. I'm like, what do you mean it can never happen?
So what are the drugs for?
Exactly, people are achieving
taking
it.
drugs
So,
for?
do you know what the lady asked me? Can you marry somebody that is on? I said, yes, I can. I can marry somebody that is
As long as the person is
as long as
undetected,
you are
though.
undetected. I'm not you know what you're doing. And you have to be there for your partner. If you want to protect yourself, I believe I'm not going to leave. The only thing I will not do is leave you alone. I'm probably going to keep on reminding you that have you done this? Have you taken your drugs? Not in a condescending manner. Do you understand? Because we are all human. You might likely forget one day.
And do you know that the way medicine has advanced is so painful that people do not even understand how far medicine has advanced. You know, back in 1981 when the virus started, it was a lot of people were dying. It was a global pandemic. It was crazy, and then medicine started to advance. Then the drugs started creating more regimen, more, and now it is down to just one pill, and that one pill is very, very easy to just swallow. Just the same way you drink water or you eat food every day.
Wow. You even know you've taken anything.
Are you serious?
Just carry. Sometimes, yeah, when I want to take I just carry my like it's very the drug is very, very easy to just enter your throat. It doesn't even taste. It's so, they've made it so basic that it is not even so. If I hear that somebody died of it, I'm wondering where, why, how, because it's, for starters, it's free. You can go to engineering hospital.
They didn't believe me when I said that too.
You can go anywhere. It is not for the rich. Because HIV is not just for, there are so many people, women, children. If the numbers of persons living with HIV in Lagos alone is getting over maybe 10 to 12K. So it's that high. But people would think that, it's just because of the stigma and the fear that a lot of persons have. Maybe like one of those 15,000 people that just came out. That is down to even as close as your inner circle. Exactly. But you will not know, because the person will be looking at you like, I've been to the hospital one day whereby there was a person sitting next to me that wanted to do dialysis, right, for kidney. And being that I want to just collect my medication and go my merry way, the person was looking at me like, and me, I'm like,
exactly. You're like,
your condition is what?
Exactly.
I was looking at, is there
any other person? Are you joking?
I was like, I just smiled and just said, "Oh, you'll be okay." I just get, it's that high, and you'll be wondering that this is just, it's not terminal. It's a virus. It's not a disease. AIDS is the disease. HIV is a virus. So people just want to just people. And that's one thing about Nigerians is that Nigerians love to something that you can just channel all their hate into.
Yes, I agree with you.
To make them feel better. And me personally, I've understood that factor. So I don't always just, like, I always keep saying that stigma. I know a lot of persons let's say in my gym, right, that are my friends personally, they are my friends, but they will see me in the gym because of they don't want to be branded. Because if they talk to me, because out of following the video, my activism cruise and all of that, a lot of persons now are aware that I'm a person living with HIV and I'm out with it. So I'll be in the gym and I'll see my friend that, this person is my G and everything. But the person will see me in the gym and will be avoiding me, because if they see us maybe working out together, they're like, maybe that one safe, get them. And I'm like, but you don't. I just think I did my day.
Wow.
So
it's really serious, because I mean, you've granted interviews all about this and all that, and it's a whole lot to unpack, because we have people who also are living with it, and sometimes people become suicidal because the stigma is there. Like you said, your friends, your family, they don't want to, have anything to do with you understand? So at what point should somebody disclose that status to family? Now that, okay, now I am positive, but I mean, necessarily does the family have to know? Your friends, do they need to know? At what point should you draw the line to avoid any form of altercation and all that?
So my message to everyone out there living with HIV who is not me, right, is that if you are not mentally prepared, and I'm not talking about mentally prepared like, the way I'm saying it is sweet, because in my own, I might be able to channel and handle it. If you are not mentally prepared, like, I mean, your two feet are not on the floor and you are standing on one feet, don't try it. Do not dare, because what we follow, you might not be able to deal with it, because I'm going to go take you back to when I was in school. Because when I found out I was sick for half of a year, I was going to various hospitals, going to clinic, and it was so bad because the healthcare, I was going to so many, I was doing lab tests like
nobody thought of it.
It was like my
detect it.
I was doing typhoid, malaria, like nobody, like it was when my roommate asked me that, because I was not like maybe a few weeks to my demise, because that time I could not even, if I want to walk from here to that door, I'll think because I could literally see my skeletal frame in the mirror. So if I want to, I was like, and you know, being that we are not even knowing why you are that way, because when I was in school, I was very political in school. I was the life of the party, and I mean they organize everything. But you know, everybody was not seeing me like, how this is, what was going on, what was going on, like, even when I even came out with my videos, my classmates were on my comments, like, they were like, oh, now I understand, because they all saw me how it was that time. I was like, I could not even tell them that this is what is going on, because I mean, if you are saying, oh, I had kidney issues or liver, this, all my MR, all my brain scan, oh, this heart scan, everything was fine, but I was just drying up. I even entered herbal, I have mark on my,
incisions.
even in my head. If I barb my hair, the mark is there, because I was doing everything humanly possible to even know. I was like, even if I'm going to even die, let me know what is killing me. But I could not. It was my roommate that told me that, guy, do you even know your HIV status? We're just having the call. But I've been going to pharmacy like 100 times. Like, I've been going to lab. It was like, just go and what's there? Like, nothing there now. I mean, at this point, you don't have anything to lose. So like, okay, now let me because that time it was so bad that I was supposed to do my IT defense. My HOD just took one look at me. I was like, please give him B. Because if I would go to class like this, everybody would just be giving, because I was very, very fragile, like very fragile. So I got there and they did the test for me. So when I was asking the healthcare provider, so why did I not know these things? So like, do you know that? You think that some people prefer to tell you that you have cancer or something than tell you that you have this? They would prefer to just like, because they don't want to, the shock of having to tell you that, and people were like, oh, one of my friends sat next to me, the way you know, like, I heard you were sick, or like, oh yeah, I'm getting better. And like, I heard it's that one that if you don't take drug every day, you will die. He was not amplifying his voice so that everybody could hear.
He said that.
I was like, So the stigma was, so all this stigma, I had to deal with all this stigma, like, so I've come to a point whereby I've seen it all, like I've seen the stigma in both family, in friends, relatives, and also I'm here, that's what I'm saying to those people who have not ever experienced stigma before. If you are not ready to deal with everything, my own might be this one, your might be Pro Max, 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte. So if you're not ready to deal with it like that, keep it to yourself. But I would still encourage you that if you know, because this stigma that we face now, this stigma we face now, because of the fact that a lot of us are hiding, right?
Oh yeah.
If every single person that was living with HIV and comes out with and say, oh, yes, oh yeah, I'm positive, oh yeah, now deal with it. It will be the stigma that we have been fighting. It will end, because if I can work on that person, oh, just like you have malaria or you have typhoid, somebody can say, oh, I'm living with HIV and I'm undetectable.
Yeah.
It will be easy for everybody to be like, oh, okay, cool. It will be a future that I would like to see in my lifetime. That's where every single person living with HIV is able to boldly come out and say, oh, and it's not just me, because I feel so alone being in this, you know, being the only one, like, you know, champion. I wish to see like a lot of people, like, you know, and it's everywhere. It's in entertainment, it's in this, it's in every single part of the economy. There's one person living with HIV there, but they will not tell you because they are scared. So if everybody is out, it will be a better world for us. But if everybody is choosing to stay inside because of their own personal, which is very, very valid, do you?
All right. Thank you very much for that.
I mean, it's a whole lot, and you know, stigma is really, it could really, you know, I don't know the right word. It can make you just think of suicide and you know, just want to end it and all that, and which is very pathetic if that happens. Now there are lots of
misconceptions about HIV. Even sometimes people don't even know the symptoms. Like you said, you were running tests, and at the end of the day, and I think if the health care practitioner, if they were wise enough, they would have thought of it. Okay, we've done this test. Let's also run this and all that. So the symptoms, it varies. You understand? People might show this. They might think it's malaria and all of those things. But there are misconceptions, even in terms of religious settings. They'll tell you God can heal you, so don't take your drugs again and all that. So let us look at the misconceptions about HIV.
So there are so many misconceptions, right? There's the one that but basically I'm a healthcare provider as well, right? So when the common symptoms is night sweats, fever, weight loss, constant cough, right? Because a person who is living with HIV is always the symptoms they present the same symptoms as a person that might have tuberculosis. So when a person is diagnosed with HIV, they always put them on a type of medication that can prevent them from getting tuberculosis, right? So those are like the common symptoms. But like I always say, people's system varies. People's system varies depending on because HIV attacks the immune system. So the thing that if a person contracts HIV, the thing that the person's system, like DNA biology, is susceptible to. I said that.
Yeah, you did.
Susceptible to can now be enhanced. Because the virus will now focus on that particular thing, right? So if the person now starts to take medication, it will now reduce the virus in the person's body so that it will not. But failure to do that gradually, so anything can now happen to the person. For some person, it might just be just normal headache. The headache will just turn to something serious.
Complications.
So person might just be small cold. So anything that your system is
Susceptible.
You just love that word.
Susceptible to. You go catch on. You get, so that is why. So now the misconceptions now is that, like they always say, they show for face. So that's why it's always very important that people do their test like every 3 months. If you are a person that is sexually active and they use condom, every 3 months is very, very important to get tested, right? But if you are now not doing all of that and you do Sharia law, anything can happen. Even
that people that will say I'm not sexually active, I don't have to run any test because.
What about when you are making your hair? Like especially for women that use needles, share needles, those things. Sharp.
Even your nails.
Your nails.
You clean cuticles.
You don't go customer shop. Sharp. Your next person. It's passing. Or people that inject drugs, people who use drugs, chim from there. So there are so many modes of transmission.
It's not just sexually.
So many people, or blood or organs transplants, you are going to get an organ or you are going to get blood from someone, is not screened. Sharp, maybe in an emergency situation, the person needs blood quickly.
You can.
So there are so many, anything that involves blood to blood contraction from a person living with HIV to a person who is not living with HIV can potentially cause HIV. And then another thing now is that if the person that is living with HIV is undetectable.
Please, can you explain that? Because some might not.
Some people might not understand
what. So undetectable means that you equals to you. It means that the person has taken their medications to a point whereby they are now virally. There's a term called viral suppression. The viral load, the virus in the person's body is now suppressed to the point whereby the person can no longer. If person like Sharia law, because if that has not happened, I kid you not, everybody in this country or this world will have HIV.
That's true.
So now, being undetectable, is it just now, you can't transmit?
Now, does it then apply to probably, the use of sharp objects?
It
about
applies
blood?
to everything.
So blood, you can't transfer it to true blood.
If you are undetectable,
Yes.
once your blood is undetectable, that undetectable means they no fit see virus inside.
Yes.
It's there, but the virus has been suppressed to a point where it can no longer be seen.
So
Once
it's not
it
like living like apologies for that. It's not like you're not living normally like people who don't even have.
So
Wow.
if it's the HIV virus is if undetectable by the definition means you cannot see it.
Yes.
It's there, but you cannot see it. It's when you can see it. It's when they do a viral load test for you and they can see it. So
That's when you're still
so
detectable.
let me explain. So now, if a person's viral load copies are above 1,000, can transmit.
Oh.
But once you are now below 1,000, from that 900 to 200 is considered safe, but there's still a chance.
So you can still.
So once it's from 200 down to like 21, it's undetectable, but it still needs some adjustment. But once it's now below 20,
You're safe. Wow. So you have to, from 1,000, you have to go down to 20.
but it's not even hard to achieve that, because once a person starts taking their
Within a
medication,
space of probably a year
3
or
to 6 months.
oh.
You can achieve that.
That if you find out, like, because for me, somebody like me, when I found out I was living with HIV, I was like almost dying. So it took me like a while, right? It took me like 2 to 3 years
for you to get to
for me to get, because I had to first of all heal first. I had to first of all come back from the lot of, because I was doing a lot of treatment, so I had to come back from all of that. But when I said this that I was undetectable, I was eating like, because coming from when I was sick, I could not even drink water. To when I was not eating like somebody that is a mad person. I was not my roommates went to like, my roommate was like, what's happen now? Because the medications were working. So so now that's for me. Now a person that
found out like very
late. Now a person that now found out early. Within 3 to 6 months of constant use of the medication, once you do your test after 6 months, it will tell you that, oh yeah, but that's now another issue, and that is where religion now comes into play. Now, if a person becomes undetectable, in some cases the person can go for a test and come out negative. I've tested negative before to HIV. Like, I've actually done a HIV test and I came out negative. And I'm like, I just laugh. I just like, hey, period. But for some people, once they just go and do HIV test because they've taken their medication for 6 months, they're undetectable, you'll now go and give testimony. They'll now go and meet their pastor. Pastor will not tell that, your faith has made you well. So me, that I'm the healthcare provider, that I'm the stupid one, and I'll be calling you, how far now your medication, now come and take your medication, now you are due for medication and everything. The person will now start seeing you like you don't want healing for them. Their pastor have told them that their faith has made them well. Who are you? That HIV person, who are you? You know, you'll tell you that,
I get that.
I'm like healed by the precious blood of Jesus. So please carry your HIV kidney to someone else. The person will now stop, and it's better for you to actually not even take the medication safe.
Stop it.
Once that one pill enters into your mouth, the HIV now knows that you are fighting.
You are fighting it.
So when you now stop, the HIV virus will now come back stronger. That is dead. When you now, even when you now start taking the medications back, it will not work. They will not, and there are 3 lines of HIV treatment. There's first line, second line, and third line. The first line is what almost everybody living with HIV currently now. The second line is like rare, but third line, once you are on third line medication, the drugs are more. Side effects are
like
more.
just using one pill.
Second line is minimal, but after that third line, if the third line cannot help the HIV virus in your stem, then just pack your bags and say goodbye to planet Earth. Because but for you to get to that point, it means that you are so, like, Let's say careless.
Yeah.
Because the first line is what is available to almost everybody living with HIV. So you cannot say that, oh, you don't want to take it, because if you now go and meet your pastor, but that your pastor that you're going to meet, if he gets malaria and typhoid, you go to the hospital. If your imam, they tell you say your faith has made you well, fall sick, you go to the hospital. But you that they've told your faith has made you well, you start down.
I'm not doing something about yourself.
At all.
You didn't even research.
At all. And it's happening to a lot of people. Like, I cannot tell you how many people that are this, as we are speaking right now, they have abandoned their medications because of, oh, my pastor said my faith has made me well. So people need to.
It's just they need this orientation like this, this sensitization.
It's not. I'm not even talking about the pastors, because I mean, a pastor will always do what a pastor would do.
Yes.
But you as a person, I would not even blame the pastor.
I would actually, me too. I wouldn't blame the pastor.
Why would you put your life
at risk
on somebody's hands to tell you how to do it?
Yes.
So
I think people forget that pastors are also religious leaders, not only pastors. Religious leaders are also human.
Let me give you a funny story. Let me just divert out of the topic for instance now. So there was this my late auntie. There was this one time my cousin wasn't feeling well, so I was in their house to just see my cousin. So she was sitting here. The Pastor TB Joshua, late Pastor TB Joshua, was and that man was also late too. So he was preaching and saying that, oh, everybody that is sick or something, I'm giving you healing, receive healing. So my auntie puts her hand on the TV. I was that like one kind of X-Men vibes. So not trying the powers to her daughter, like, receive like.
I think one thing is sometimes
I would laugh so hard.
I couldn't laugh because she was.
You couldn't laugh because she was there.
She was very mean. So I like, she was like, receive it, just and she was. It felt like she felt like she was really getting the healing, and she was channeling it to her daughter, like, and I'm like, so after she did that, she took all her daughter's medicine.
Packed it.
Oh yeah, pastor has healed you. You are okay. She threw everything, and those medicines were so expensive. She threw everything away. That, oh, Pastor Steve Joshua has given me healing, so let me.
Was she healed?
They went to go and buy after 3 days or wait to see don't they enter don't to know that thing again.
Like I said
earlier, they run go hospital back.
I said outside earlier on that I think being delusional and reality, there is a thin line between both of them.
Very thin.
And it's a mental health issue.
I just think that religious leaders or whoever is in that space should make things clear. Because I know religious leaders who will tell you that fight their healings, no doubt. You understand, people can get ill. Maybe another. I'm not talking in respect to this. I'm not. No, let me make the point clear. I'm not saying in respect to this. I'm not trying to let people know there's no form of contradiction. I'm saying there could be healings in some forms, but there are pastors who will tell you that in as much as you are sick, please take your drugs.
Yes, some pastors do that. Some religious leaders do that.
Please take your drugs, even if you have the faith that you are ill. Don't say because you have the faith that you get ill, then don't take your drugs. You understand? So people need to understand these things and ensure. But when it comes to this particular virus, it's very, very important that you take your, even if you are undetectable, take your drugs. I was going to ask something. Oh, apologies.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I want to add to what you're saying. For me, I feel like healing, when it comes to medical, you've already ascertained that it is a scientific problem.
Yeah.
You have to be in the hospital. It is not supposed to be in your church. You could pray in your church to enhance whatever form of medication you are using. But if a problem is what you're having is scientifically proven that this is a scientific problem, a medical problem, take your medications. God said it now. What would I say? You cannot pray. You can't be in your house and pray for a job. you're not going for an interview and God will just bring a job. It can, the miracles happen, but
you have to work.
It's like 1 in 100. Yeah, thank you, faith without work.
You have to back your faith.
You have to back it up. If it's a spiritual thing, you know, spirituality is very, very real. We are not disputing that fact. Spiritual thing, I can understand. Yes, healing can come from that because it's not a medical problem. But you have breast cancer. Breast cancer. I think when I was working out in the media, another media organization, not this particular one, that year, maybe 2020, 2003, many females in Nigeria died of breast cancer. A lot of them. A medical doctor came. A medical doctor is a medical, and he's also a spiritual practitioner. So he combined both of them together. So it was like when they come to the hospital, they are almost in their final stage. I don't know if you guys know what your people call offer. Offer.
Yes.
Yeah, people will say offer. If they see a wound on their leg, it may be ulcer, it may be skin ulcer. They'll say, what I mean, they would link it to spiritualism.
Okay, arrow.
Arrow. Let's say about say offer. So they would see the wound, they will see the lumps, but they will not go to the hospital. They will say, oh, let me use ogun offer. So he now said that the reason why a lot of women, almost 8,000 women died that year of breast cancer, it was like, until they now get to their last stage of dying. They're not going to, there's nothing you can do anymore at that time.
My dad's tenants, there was this couple that was living in one of my dad's house that they were looking for children for like a very long time, and then the woman finally got pregnant. So this woman, and then me, I'm a twin. So the pregnancy was twin. So they felt like, oh, okay, it's our energy that.
Yes.
So the woman was very happy and all of that. So towards the time we all know that she would give birth. So we just noticed that she just disappeared from the house. So we thought that, oh, when they are coming back, we are coming back to come and do Ikomo. My dad and I were in the church. One day, the man just came. He didn't even care that people were. He just called my dad, please come. Me and my dad ran outside. What happened? We came back. As we came back to our house, we saw nylon bag. One dog was just like, what's that? So we were like, and that he came to ask me that if they can help them. That those are the children that they are. I'm like, what happened? He said that when the wife entered labor, they went to a prayer house. As I heard that,
a cousin sister of mine
lost her
baby because of this particular thing.
So wait, so your wife was in labor, and you didn't think about a hospital.
And it's twins.
You took her to a prayer house. So they were now praying. And this woman was in pain. When the children died, and when she was now about to die. That was when they took her
to the hospital to go and do CS.
To the hospital to go and do CS.
That is it.
And I think this, all of these instances.
Even personally, I had a niece that died at 12 of cerebral palsy. When she was born, the doctor confirmed that this child has cerebral palsy, and this child is a very, very delicate case. Sure. So the family members of my sister, the in-laws rather, they came and discharged the child and took the child to their Agbo house in Badagry and was giving the
concoction.
A newborn. When the baby was now actually going to die, they now took the child back to the hospital. It's not like whatever has happened to the child has already taken. When you're supposed to save the child, you discharge, and the doctor will not tell you it's your right to take.
Yeah, you have the right to say you're going.
So the child lived for 12 years. That child did not walk. Did not talk, did not sit, did not stand. That child just died, and that child was so she was so
they are
beautiful.
Always so beautiful.
She was. If you wanted to feed her, you have to bend. She has spastic movement. The child was so coming back to healing, like you said. Healing is real.
It is real, though. It is.
It is not something that we need to doubt. But if you can heal me from cancer, what about this? What about that? What about death that all of us are going to eventually have to face? You cannot heal me from that. Cancer? Even you that is giving me the healing from the, you cannot heal yourself from the thing. So, and HIV now there is no, yes, we've heard of so many cures from here, but if they've not come to announce it in WHO.
Yeah. I used to tell people, I don't believe it.
Maybe PEPFAR, maybe Donald Trump has issued and said that, there is now a HIV cure. I'm sorry, there's no cure.
There is no cure.
So anything anybody is telling you that is this or does that.
Do you guys know there is a spiritual believe, in South Africa. I cannot remember the name, but BBC I covered it, and pedophilia was the cure for HIV.
What?
Yes, they will tell you sleep with a child and you get cured of HIV. That place has a lot of HIV because they infested a lot of. They rape those children.
Hey.
Yes,
Please,
you can watch. I will send you documentary when we are done. Because I watched a lot of documentaries, and that was what their spiritual leaders was telling them, that go and sleep with a child and you'll be cured of HIV. Then a guy was not the one bringing it that I have HIV and I've slept a lot of girls, children, and I've not been. Yes, it is. I cannot remember the environment in South Africa. I would send you.
And was there any kind of judicial punishment for that?
That place, it was enough, because there's a place in South Africa too that they sexually assault girls for a living. Do you know what those girls are doing now? They're not taking laws into their hand. Once they catch the rapists, they burn them alive.
Before?
That's what they do. The lady that is actually...
burning them alive.
That's what they are doing now.
It's able to mess with. Put them in the torture them.
The journalist that did the interview had to move away with his family, because after he was done with exposing that interview, he moved away from that particular place to another city entirely.
But why? It's just so crazy that the world has gotten to this point.
He said his friend's son, when his friend he left his son, and the son has probably like sexually molested, like sexually assaulted.
And because he thinks it's okay.
Yeah, he has been talking to him. He has to like get the police. He has been saving him from those girls, but he doesn't. They don't, and they do it as if it's a fun. They laugh about it. It's a proud, like they take part in it. Like, I've done it to 2 girls, done it to 5 girls. You can't come out at night. They won't enter the house of girls, of ladies, to go and sexually assault them. It's a normal thing there.
You know, when it comes to health, health and the type of things that health can lead to, the topic is, if we start talking about a lot of things that is not even like, okay, now let's even talk about this abortion now.
Yes.
Now they put a bill to stop legal abortion. Now what people have sex every day. So if you are not making abortion now illegal, those children that they will give birth to, because I know how many children I will see on the streets. Imagine a child that is born. And the child is, we have some type of privilege because of death. Now imagine that you were born and the only thing you know is that if you don't go and beg somebody on the street, you cannot. It's as a child.
Do you know that the government? I want to talk about the government initiative right now, because I think this conversation is a very broad conversation. That's why we have to touch on some little things. The government of Nigeria, we may not accept. Nigerians have this misconception that the government is likely not working, but in some areas the government is working. Talking about abortion, Lagos State has a family planning for young girls, free of charge. Niger Girls, that's the name of the organization that gives free family planning. You want to do 5 years, you want to do 3 years, you want to use pills every day, just for you not to be involved in abortion. There's awareness on it though. Just like awareness for HIV, and then you're not using your drugs. So why do you know that you're engaging in a sexual activities? You know how to protect yourself. Why exactly are you not protecting yourself in the first place? And you are but then there are other initiatives that government have already provided for you guys.
So
go and do, but there's a stigma with using birth control as a young lady, which I don't understand why.
But I think we should not kind of deviate from our main focus because of our time. Which I quite understand. It's a very important
topic for another day.
Yeah, because now we've talked about the misconceptions about HIV. Let's talk about the truth about HIV. Someone who lives with some people living with HIV, and sometimes you just have to follow the routine of using your drugs. Sometimes it could be very hard to keep it up. Now, and probably you miss a day, you miss 2 days, and you are just frustrated. And let's look at the truth about HIV. At what point does HIV kill, or
when does it become a death sentence?
Yes.
It becomes a death sentence. It's very simple. When you don't use your medication, that's when it becomes a death sentence.
Clarify that, right? Actually.
So, but when the drug is a daily drug, right? But so here's the hack. if you set alarm, right? Like for me personally, I take my drugs by 10 o'clock in the night because I like to just sleep with it, right? I like to just let it just sleep with me, basically, because having to think about, oh, I'm waking up in the morning, that's the first thing I'm doing, just kind of just makes me feel, you know. But if you can't like do it that 10 o'clock, look for a time that is comfortable,
and you not miss that time.
and there's always a 2-hour grace period. Like some healthcare workers will tell you that if you cannot even, if you, let's say you are taking it by 10,
and you didn't get it by 10,
you can't, because obviously you are not a robot, you can't always follow the rules, right? So if you can't take it around that 10 o'clock, you have like a 2-hour grace. From that 10 to 12,
make sure you take
within
it.
that period,
Yeah.
you can take it. But if you don't now take it that period, you can't go and start. There's some people that take their medication, they don't take it properly. That's why they call it dosage. If you are taking medication 2 o'clock today, 1 o'clock tomorrow, 12 o'clock the next day, 1 o'clock you are just doing it as they ought.
You like.
They call it drug to drug. It's your kidney that you are affecting. Drug to drug interaction, you will just start affecting your kidney in a way that is, because the kidney is already is a 24-hour pill. So those 2 hours that you have for yourself is the range. Which, but me personally, I got it to that point whereby it's kind of like easy for me. Once my alarm does boom, 10 o'clock, even if I'm asleep, once I just hear that alarm. So there was this one day I actually like turned off my alarm to see 10 o'clock.
You woke up.
As I just carried my phone, I just 10
o'clock. Your system already used to it.
Yeah, so it's just, I mean, it's been 10 years, so I have to, it's already like, I'm already used to. So everybody that is taking medication, there's some person that take their own by 8, some people by 9, by whatever time works for you. Just understand that, okay, this particular time is my drug time, and you are good to go. Or you can have an accountability partner, like what you said about if you were going to marry a person that is equal.
Yeah.
You can be.
You always remind the person.
It's 10 o'clock.
For my own safety.
Yeah.
Have you used your medication? You know.
Or you can have a like.
I think there's an app that you
about it. Yes, there's an app that you can just use to. Even the apps that will tell you. But then alarms are like the easiest thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So now, please, let's quickly talk about government initiatives surrounding it as a healthcare provider. Let's talk about the government initiatives surrounding sensitizing people in the country about HIV. And you've spoken about that the medication is free. Maybe you should help us stress on that, because I don't understand why some people are not taking their medications.
So the government, I would say that in Lagos State here, I would give them a thumbs up. I mean, I'm not a government person,
I know, we're Nigerians now.
Exactly, but when they do making them, there's no general hospital you will go to that, even with the whole Donald Trump stop order and whatnot. Yes, it kind of shook Lagos for a bit, for a little bit of time. There was a little bit of panic. Yeah, but the response was quick. So now, and they are even talking about, when I went for